Alright, now look at this. That is a beautiful veal cutlet topped with some capers and a shallot in a sauce that is made from olive oil and wine and a little lemon. This is absolutely divine. It's an Italian dish that is called Veal Piccata. If you'd like to know how to make this, and it's a quick one, easy to do, watch this video. Well, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be preparing this veal. This is going to be a veal piccata, and it's going to be good. Alright, now I have my veal cutlet. The other things that you're going to need besides your veal cutlet are going to be, you'll need about 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice, about 1/4 of a cup of capers. It doesn't matter if you get the big capotes like this or the little bitty ones. They say the smaller ones have a better flavor, a milder flavor. I like the robust flavor of the large capotes. You'll need olive oil. You'll need some white wine. A good dry white wine like a Pinot Grigio is perfect. Some black pepper, salt, a bit of flour. Now, let's go ahead and get this underway. What I want to do to start this with, let me put a few things around here. Let's start by putting a little bit of salt right on top of our veal, just like so. Now this is an easy dish to make. It's fairly quick. You're going to enjoy this one. A little black pepper. Now take some tongs. Let's turn that meat over. Be gentle with it. Those can come apart very easy. These veal portions are very tender. Now, a little salt on the back. There we go. Some more black pepper. There we are. Get this salt and pepper out of the way. Now you're going to need a Ziploc bag for this. So if you would, just take out a simple Ziploc bag, get it opened up. Place your veal cutlet inside. There we go. I'll move this plate out of my way now. I don't need it. Now, my cutlet, I'm going to dust it on one side with the flour. Turn it over. Dust it on the other side with flour. This is simply an easy way to flour something. You could dust it on a board if you want. You could dust it in a bowl. I like this because it's a quick, easy cleanup. I'm going to partially zip this closed, and then, and this is the hard part here, I need to pull my package up so it tempts. Just a little bit, so I have air in there. So this allows me to just kind of give it a gentle shake, thereby coating the entire veal cutlet. There we go. Now I'm in no rush on this veal cutlet. I can just leave it sitting right there. And let's change our focus over to the fry pan over here. Let's move on over. Now place your pan on front burner and get it turned on to high. You want to you want to heat that up until it's nice and hot, and then we'll put our olive oil in there. Now, there's something you need to know about heating pans and heating oil. If I am to use oil as a lubricant to keep something from sticking, the way I'm going to be doing right now, then I want to put the oil in the pan after the pan has come up to temperature. If I'm going to use oil to fry something in, then I will put it in the pan first, bring it up to temperature. That's the difference. This is going to be a shallow fry. The oil is only used as a lubricant rather than a cooking medium, like deep frying would be. Now, if you're using it as a lubricant, you need to put it in there right before you cook, because if you don't, the proteins in that oil will break down and they won't lubricate quite as well. Now let me get some in this pan, and I'm going to get plenty in there. I want about 1/4 cup or so of oil, 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup. Now let's take that veal cutlet, that lovely piece of meat that we have, put it right down in our pan. Okay. I have that on a medium-high flame. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this one time, only once. Cook it real well on the first side so it has a nice golden crust. Then we're going to flip it over. We're going to cook it for a little shorter period of time on the back side, just long enough to form a crust. Then I want to take it out, place it on a pan to drain with. So you're going to need a pan that has something on it to drain the cutlet off on. If you want paper towels, that's fine. I like to use just a simple cooling rack. It allows the grease to drain right through. At that point, we will then start our sauce. Now, we're going to go ahead and show this all the way through, because this is going to be a cook-along video. That way you can cook right along with me. It is possible this cutlet could split in two, right down this right here. Possible. Looking underneath it, take a look at the color and see how well that crust is formed on it. This is a very simple cooking technique, and once you've tried it once or twice, I'm sure you're going to be stuck on it. My ingredients ready here. One cooking in. Only just a few moments, you're going to form a nice golden crust. See there. Perfect. It's a golden brown. It looks almost like fried chicken. Just about that color. Now the second side, you do not have to cook as long. Do too much of it just slightly. So keeping it close to medium high. Just don't want my oil to smoke. Sometimes you get some burning on the oil like I have on the edge here. If you want to remove that, you can. Keep that darker flavor out of the sauce later. Now in a moment, when I put my lemon juice in, you're going to hear a loud sizzling, and right after that I'll put in some wine and put the capers into it. Now if you'd like, you can also add to this some shallot. There we go. I can take that out. Now our lemon, white wine. You want about a third to a half of a cup in this. Okay. I got the fire still under it. Put our capers in there. Now, this beautiful shallot, I was thinking would be very nice to have in this. There we go. A single shallot. You don't have to have this, but it is nice to add if you do. Now, increase my temperature to high. See a bit of the shallot that could use breaking down right there. Okay. I believe that's coming up at temperature real nice. And as soon as this comes up to a high boil, I'm going to place that cutlet back inside. A little of my breading came off the back, it looks like. Unfortunate, but not a deal breaker. And one of the reasons restaurants like this dish is because it is so very easy to make. Beautiful smell. Now, the cutlet, gently handling it, place it back into the cook. A little mess right on top there. There we go. There's nothing to be worried about. It's just a little of the softer flour from underneath. Now, take a lid and cover. And you don't want to fully cover this. You only want it partially covered, so it gets a lot of ventilation. I'm only trying to increase the overall heat in the pan so that that cutlet finishes cooking through, while at the same time I'm reducing my sauce. I like to always use a fresh pair of tongs when I'm handling food that is already cooked. I don't like to use tongs that handle raw meat to handle freshly prepared food. Give us a plate to plate this up on. Absolutely lovely, isn't it? Now the nice part about doing this way is when this is served, you want this cutlet to have this beautiful crust on top of it. So you don't tamper with it by turning it over or putting it down into the sauce itself. You simply allow the cutlet to finish cooking in the sauce from on the underside, and the top side remains nice and crunchy. You have a good crust on it, and then when we pour our sauce over it, it doesn't break down so easily. Now if you would, while you're considering this dish, would you also consider subscribing to my channel? That's Texas Cooking Today. We have a lot of recipes on this channel. A lot of them are cook-along recipes. Some are shorts. So if you would, take a look. If you like, subscribe. Cutlet, nice and tender. My sauce is almost ready. I'm placing my cutlet on my plate. Very gently. Just a little bit more time on that sauce. It won't take much. All it needs to do is finish thickening up. Some people call this a wine reduction. If I were to have done just wine and butter, it would have been a bouillon, as the French would do it. Some people call it a wine and lemon sauce. However you prefer to title this, it's good. It's one of the best sauces that I know when it comes to meats like chicken and veal. Alright. Now that's nice and thickened up. Let's move over here. Let's take this and I'm going to gently pour over the top my sauce, sprinkling some of those capers off with it. There we are. Now, I would like to also make the side of the plate look just a little bit more decorative around that cutlet. So I'm going to take the remaining capers I have and some of those onions, the shallot, and we're just going to put little stations of goodies around this cutlet. One right over here. There we have it. I need to clean up the plate a little bit, but there we have a simple veal piccata with extra capers. Okay, I just can't wait for this. It's going to be a good one. There we go. Nice big piece. Look at the cut. Look at the cook on that. It's perfect. Oh, perfect. My goodness. I love this dish. Hey, you're missing out if you don't do this one. You really need to try it. And it's the best way I know of trying your first piece of veal. So if you've never had veal, give this one a shot. Thank you for watching Texas Cooking Today, the show where you can get great recipes and the best techniques are taught. Please subscribe to Texas Cooking Today, where you will always find something hot and ready to eat.